What's the word, y'all? It's Mac 11's MMA here. Let me get some predictions for you real quick. For this upcoming fight card, UFC Des Moines. I don't even really know how to say it. UFC in Iowa. Cory Sandhagen versus Davison Figueiredo. Figgy and Sandman. It'd be a good fight. That'll be the main event. Outside foot battle. You know how to be. It's kind of like, Sandhagen. Very smart fighter in it. But let's talk about the start off. Ivana Petrovic versus Juliana Miller. Be honest with you, I don't have a lot to say about this one comparatively to other events. Obviously, you guys see I already put Ivana Petrovic by decision. I think that's the common pick, and I haven't looked too much into this. I'm not hating on women's fights, but some women's fights I do hate on. This is one of them. I have no care for this at all. Juliana Miller is literally 3-3. Ivana Petrovic is 7-2. I think she'll get the decision. Dante O'Mays versus Thomas Peterson. Thomas Peterson has never been very impressive with me. Neither is Dante O'Mays, but Dante O'Mays does have better wins in his career. Not that Arlovsky and shit. Peterson's actually the favorite going into this. But, I don't know. I feel like I just trust Dante O'Mays more. Even though he's not good. He got somebody by Walter Walker. Been beaten by basically most of the division. But he has been around. And he's won a couple fights. So I'm going to give benefit of the doubt to Dante, who's just been around longer. And been at the top for longer. He's a little older. But I trust him to beat Peterson. Yeah, he's 5 inches of height on him. And 7 inches of reach. There's just a lot to the game that I think Mays has over Peterson. And I think he can get the job done. Next, Gaston Bolaños versus Quang Lee. Quang Lee has a better record on paper. 8-2 versus 8-4. But I like Bolaños. Bolaños beat, what's his name in the last fight? Cortavius Ramius was recently cut, which makes me really sad. Because he's only had the 2 fights, him and Cory and Khabib. But I kind of like Bolaños. He doesn't have a great record in the UFC. I know, he's 2-1 in the UFC, actually, to be fair. He's 8-4 in total. He's kind of been fighting decent talent his whole career. Lost to Marcus McGee, but beat Ramius and Aaron Phillips. He's a pretty good fighter. Only 1 year age difference between him and Quang Lee. Quang Lee is 0-2 in the UFC so far, but I'm just gonna go with Gaston Bolaños. My gut says he's the guy who's gonna get the W here, get that shit done. Next one, Gillian Robertson. This girl is a badass. The red-haired fighter. I like her. She's fighting Marina Rodriguez. There is a 9-year age difference. 29 versus 38-year-old. At the time of the fight, Gillian has gotten some subs before. Most of her wins are by sub. Her last couple have been decision. But she has a lot of subs in her career. She's only lost to... she's lost a couple. Just twice in the UFC, but one of them was Tabitha Ritchie, the other JJ Aldridge. Tabitha Ritchie's an okay loss, but she ground and pounded. Juliana Viana in her last 2, she won decisions. This is her chance to climb up the rankings, and I believe in her. I think she's a good fighter. And it's always good to get a new woman into the top 10. Make some change, because I feel like women's divisions are usually pretty stagnant. But yeah, I got Gillian, the Savage, is gonna take the dub here. Next, Azamat Bekov versus Ryan Loder. I like Bekov. I know it was Zachary Reese that he beat the shit out of last time, but I like Bekov, and I think he'll do basically the same thing to Ryan Loder. Loder's a decent fighter, pretty. I don't say he won the. He won the Ultimate Fighter. Got the W there. Beating Robert Valentin in that one. But I think Bekov is they both had 1 UFC fight, I guess, technically. But I trust Bekov more. Bekov seems like a beast from everything I've seen from him. He's got power. Big guy. Big, strong middleweight. Is he even that big? He's only 6 feet tall. He's not that big, but he's just strong as shit. He showed that against Zachary Reese. I just don't think Ryan Loder's great. Good for him for winning the Ultimate Fighter when he did, but, at the end of the day, yeah. I got my boy Azamat. I like a good Russian fighter. Especially one that is not from, what's it called? Well, I was about to say not from like Dagestan. I don't think he's from Dagestan. He might be though. He just doesn't. He doesn't look like the other ones, mainly because he doesn't have a beard. If he had a beard, he'd look just like them. I have no idea. He might be a Dagi or Chechenian or from Ingushetia. I don't actually know, but I like him. I think he's a good middleweight prospect, and I can't wait to see him go up farther in that division. He's fun to watch as well. So we'll see. We shall see what I can do. Next one, Misha Tate, Yana Santos. I got Misha Tate. Fuck it. Yana Santos been around for a while. She's younger than Misha Tate though. I mean, Misha Tate's been around for ages. I mean, she's kind of like UFC classic, like literally. But yeah, I got Misha winning and retiring after the fight. That would be a good move for her to get one last win and then retire. But maybe she won't, because I think she'd actually go up in the rankings with a win. Yana Santos just, I don't know, isn't great. Both these girls are old, 38, 35. Misha Tate's 3 years older. Yeah, Misha by decision. She's just been up against better talent. Well, I think Yana Santos has actually fought some decent people before. I guess a better way to say it is she has some decent wins, which Yana doesn't have. Next one. The hardest hitting 145er is going to get knocked the fuck out by Mason Jones. Not that Mason Jones is a star. I mean, he went, He went 1-2 and 1 no contest in his last UFC stint. But he did have a win over David Onama. Let's not forget about that. One of the only 2 people who've beaten newly ranked David Onama. Who isn't great, but still. He has a win over David Onama. I mean, he only lost to Mike. He lost to Mike Davis and Ludovic Klein. And then had a no contest against Alan Patrick. What did he do? Did he do something or did Alan I don't know what happened in that fight. I don't have enough knowledge to actually tell you. It just says no contest in Tapology. But I got Mace Jones, he's won since he left the UFC, he's won 4 in a row in Cage Warriors. And I think he'll get the job. He's only 30. And looking back on it, his fights, it looks like he's just fought high level talent the whole time he was there. I got Mason Jones knocking out Jeremy Stevens. Jeremy Stevens will tie the record for most losses in UFC history. There's an 8-year age difference. I mean, when's the last time Jeremy Stevens has fought in? Last time he's fought an MMA fight was 2022. Got submitted by Nathan Schultz. That's a long time ago. He's been doing bare knuckle until he beat fucking Eddie Alvarez recently and stuff. But still, it's been a long time outside of MMA, and I think that will come to fruition in this fight. Mason Jones will get the knockout and put himself in a good career path because he needs to step back into the UFC and do well. Cool. Next one, Cameron Smotherman versus Sergey Sidi. I like Cameron Smotherman. It's pretty split odds. Sutherman beat Jake Hadley in his only fight in the UFC so far. Sergey Sidi is pretty good though. These guys are both younger. Sutherman's 27, Sidi's 28. Similar, I don't know. Sidi's had 2 close fights. I think he's won and lost a split decision, if I'm correct. Yeah, against Garrett Armfield and then lost to Ramon Taveras, but debatably beat Ramon Taveras. He actually knocked him out on the Contender Series though, which is kind of funny. So, I mean, yeah, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. They fought each other twice. I just like Smotherman. I don't think Smotherman's great, but I think he's pretty good. Get the job done kind of guy. I don't think Jake Hadley's that bad, and he beat Jake Hadley, so I consider that an impressive win in my book. Even though Jake Hadley got cut and isn't actually that good, I still thought he was a big underdog and got the W. I'd be happy if he can win this. He's a really solid striker, and I want to see what he can do. Next one, Montel Jackson, Daniel Marcos. I see Montel Jackson getting the finish here. Daniel Marcos is gonna lose his O. I get that he's an undefeated guy, but I feel like he's just barely undefeated. His undefeated makes Lerone Murphy's undefeated look super impressive, if that makes any sense. Montel's a damn good fighter though. Wish he fought more often. These guys are similar age. Last time he fought, he knocked out Damon Blackshear like that. So, I mean, and Blackshear since then has submitted 2 guys in a row and then just won a decision. But, of course, yeah, Blackshear's fought 3 times since then. Bro only fights like once a year if you really look at it. But he just wins. I mean, he has the loss. He has 2 losses to Brett Johns and Ricky Simone early in his career. But he hasn't lost since 2020. But he's fought once. He's fought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in 5 years, basically, since then. 5-0 since then. But this would be a good win against Daniel Marcos. And you can have him looking pretty up in that division if with a good performance here. And I see him finishing Marcos in the second round. Not that Marcos is a bad fighter. I just think Montel Jackson is a really good fighter. He just needs to be more active. Next, Ponzinibbio versus Daniel Rodriguez. D-Rod versus Ponzinibbio, the Argentinian dagger. These guys are both 38 years old. These guys are kind of old heads of the welterweight division. They've been around for a long time. Somehow D-Rod's the favorite. I don't understand it. I think Ponzinibbio is the better fighter, bro. I think Ponzinibbio by KO will... I mean, it might just be a decision, but I see Ponzinibbio winning. I think he's better, and there's a lot more ways I could see him win. Good hands. I mean, D-Rod might... I don't know. D-Rod's the type of fighter who could, like, fluke a win. Like, split decision win or something. But, my opinion, he's just not that good. Ponzinibbio has more chance of having, like, a big win. I mean, he knocked out Carlston Harris earlier this year, and that was cool. I just like Ponzinibbio. It was sad. I mean, he lost split decision to Salikov before that, and knocked out by Kevin Holland. I mean, he's lost a lot of split decisions in his career. Actually, looking at it, he's lost split decision to Joff Neal, split decision to Michael Pereira, split decision to Muslim Salikov. So I mean, Daniel Rodriguez likes to win on split decision, so that's a dangerous thing. But nah, I got Ponzinibbio by knockout. Vamos Argentina. He's gonna get the job. Now here's RDR and Bo fucking Nickal. What do you think I'm doing here? Guys? RDR by sub in the first round, bro. The way that Bo Nickal was scared of Paul Craig makes me think RDR is a better version of that, and he gets the job done here. I know RDR's lost a couple times before, but he's only lost to, like, high level. He's only lost to Anatoly Malikin. That's the only guy who beat him. And got knocked out once, and yeah. Basically got finished both times. But I think he's a good fighter. He was a 1 champion for a minute. I think he was the 1 double champion, if I'm correct. I don't 100% know. Yeah, he was light heavyweight. And heavyweight champion? Fuck, I don't know, dude. Yeah. This shit was at heavyweight, bro? That's crazy. He was a light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. But he's big. He's fought up there, but he makes middleweight pretty well. At least against Holland and shit. His wins are more impressive. I mean, Kevin Holland is a more impressive win than I think anybody Bo Nickal's beat. I do think Bo Nickal would beat Kevin Holland, but I still think that that's a more impressive win. I like RDR a lot, and I want him to kind of go on like a little run before because he's old. We got him as a 34-year-old, but I want to see if he can go on like a little run before he retires. I think he can. I think middleweight is kind of set up in the right spot where he can go on a run. I don't think he'll beat like those top 4 or 5 guys, but I think he can go on a run and get up there, and it would be cool because he's a fun fighter to watch. He's very entertaining, and I just think Bo Nickal's not that good. I think Bo Nickal needs this though. I think Bo Nickal is a very talented wrestler, and Bo Nickal can become one of the top guys, but I think he needs this loss, bro. I think he needs this early loss in his career to put him on a better trajectory. Give him, and then he'll be able to hone his game more, that rather than believing that he's like this god who can out wrestle comes out. Like, bro wouldn't even go to the ground with Paul Craig. Like, come on now. I don't even know. I just think RDR is going to do this, pull this off, sub him. Get out of there pretty early. Yeah. And then, the main event, Sandman versus Figgy. I got Sandman by decision. He's walking out to enter Sandman. So, I mean, how could you bet against Sandhagen this time? I mean, Sandhagen's a damn great fighter. He's only lost to the best of the best. And I know Figgy is one of the best of the best, but at flyweight. I wouldn't say it. Bantamweight. There's a decent age gap, I'm pretty sure, between the two of them at this point in their careers. Yeah, there's a 4-year age gap, 33-37. I do think the odds are pretty crazy in Sandhagen's favor. But I mean, that is what happened. I mean, Sandhagen's a tall ass bantamweight, and Figgy's a short one. They have similar reach though, but still at the same time, I just feel like Sandhagen's gonna be technically win against the older fighter in Figgy. Figgy's great, but I think we've already seen his peak, and Sandhagen's just a great fighter who only, literally, like I said, only loses the best of the best. I could see Figgy pull this off. I don't want to like go against that. I genuinely could see Figgy pull this off, but I don't know. Same time, I just don't know, dude. Yeah, I got Sandhagen winning pretty clear. Maybe like 49-46. Figgy could win a round off him. Maybe it'll be closer than that, though. I really don't know. Figgy's been there, many 5-round fights. But Sandhagen's also been in 5-rounders. I mean, he looked kind of weak against Umar, in my opinion. He stuffed the takedowns, but that was about it. Like, he literally just stuffed the takedowns, nothing else. But I think he's just that guy. Like, you know, he fucking beats most of the people he fights. He only lost to, like, Jan, Aljo, TJ, Umar. I think those are his 4 losses. Yeah, those are his 4 losses in the UFC. Jamal Amherst before, somehow. But, yeah. Sandhagen by decision. That's all I got for you. What do y'all think's going to happen this weekend? Why do they put a fight night in Iowa? I don't know. But, fuck it. It's pretty cool. And this is a very fitting main event for a fight night in Iowa. Anyways, that's all I got. Peace.